Hey everybody, how's it going? It's James at Lincoln Trail Knives. David asked me about a knife and I offered this one to him. I got it pretty close to where I can handle it. See, it's got a finger notch that's up in the blade because of a heat treating mishap, and it is super thin because I had to re-grind it out. It comes to about you can't see it on the video, but it comes down to about X-Acto knife thickness. Really super thin, polished blade. And then you can still see some of the heat treat in it, but it's not super bad. And this side's pretty good, it don't have anything, but has a small gut hook on it. And just if you want it, just let me know what color G10 handle you want on it, and I'll try and match the leather to that. I've been asked a few questions about polishing. I usually use a mucilin wheel like this to start off with. It's very stiff, but it's got a little bit of nap on it. And I'll use the black compound, and then I'll move to a softer buff like this one. This one's about worn out, it's not got much left, and I'll go to green compound, or you can go to a white at this stage. Either one works. And you finish off with another wheel, this softness, with pink, and that should get you a mirror polish. But you have to do a lot of hand sanding first to get it that way. I grind with the 600 grit belt up to that, and then I hand sand with 400 wet or dry, 600 wet or dry, and then like a 1200 wet or dry sandpaper. And then I'll start on my buffing with my black, and then my white or green, or both depending, and then you finish it with the pink scratchless. If you're wanting to do it on the cheap, just get yourself the 400 grit and the 600 grit and the 1200 grit sandpaper, and then you can get kits at like Home Depot, Lowe's, Sears, Ace Hardware that work in a drill, and it usually gives you two different buffs. There's a larger one and a smaller one, and it'll give you like a black compound, and it'll give you a brown compound, and it'll usually give you a white compound, sometimes a green. You can buy that for your drill, and you just clamp your knife down like this, either on a table or something with the blade hanging off. And you always want to make sure that you're buffing to where the buff isn't going to catch the back edge of the blade, and then you'll spin it around and do it the other way like that with the buff, so that, see, if the backside catches in, the buff's going to grab a hold of it and it's going to throw it. And you don't want to throw it, because that gets dangerous and you're probably going to mess up the blade. Also, you always want to make sure that it's towards the bottom, not the top of the buff, because otherwise, if the buff is spinning toward you, it's going to throw the knife right back at you and hit you. So hopefully that tells you guys how, and I'll talk to you later. If you have any questions, just ask.